Legal challenges to New York marijuana licensing process, you guys, that's right. Another lawsuit has been filed challenging the marijuana business licensing process in New York. The latest challenge, filed on Monday in the Supreme Court of New York in Albany Court, was brought by 7 women-owned social equity cannabis companies that claim state regulators broke the rules when they implemented a randomized queue to review more than 2,000 applications. The lawsuit, first reported by Green Market Report, aims to halt the licensing process, a tactic that has been used successfully in New York and elsewhere. That action follows a separate suit filed last week by a micro-business license applicant claiming the state's equity push to prioritize those harmed by marijuana arrests discriminates against white men, which we covered here on High at 9 News last Monday. The lawsuits come amid a recent push and strengthened social equity provisions laid out in New York 2021's legalization law and a mea culpa from the governor on the botched rollout of adult use program, which launched in late December of 2022. The Times Union of Albany Thursday reported that a push is underway to establish legislation to codify the conditional licensing program developed by the Office of Cannabis Management to prioritize applicants with marijuana arrests and convictions. The proposals pushed by the New York Cannabis Retail Association, according to a newspaper, have allegedly received an endorsement from Governor Kathy Hochul, who recently called the state's fallout of adult use cannabis retail a disaster. In quotes, "I will not defend that for 1 second," Hochul recently told the Buffalo News editorial. And she also said it was a bad idea for the Dormitory Authority of the state of New York, which focuses on construction and financing, to find and secure locations for social equity retailers. In quotes, "There's a strong part of me that would just like to go in and just start over," she told the news. "But I'd have to go back to the legislature and convince them to change the laws. It's probably not likely for that to happen." Well, it sounds like Governor Hochul is finally getting a little bit of reality in New York City in regards to their whole cannabis program, saying that she understands that they should probably start all over, which I agree they probably should if they want to, but then again, you can't put all the sand back into the ocean, but I'm going to digress. What do you guys think about this? Crickets, huh? Crickets.
You know, how do you snuff out the trap in Manhattan? It's like a scale that I haven't ever seen.
Exactly.
And when you go to Manhattan now, the smell of weed is everywhere, you know? It is just, yeah. I mean, I don't know how you stop that, because it's these neighborhood stores that sell sandwiches and hamburgers. I mean, they're just, they're just stores, right? I mean, I don't know how they stop New York City. What's going on? I don't know.
Rico, you're on mute. I saw you.
The way they do it.
Go ahead.
The way they do it is you reduce the barriers to entry. You just have to reduce the barriers to licensing. It's pretty simple. They've got such huge barriers. They're taking forever to get legal. Reduce the barriers, and then the legal ones will compete with the illegal ones. And then it's add your enforcement, and you get rid of it. It's not a difficult problem. I don't know why they're having trouble with it.
I guess the issue is that these shops in Manhattan, they're, as far as they're concerned, they're legal, right? They're just business as usual, man. It's just weed's legal.
If there's no enforcement,
I'm in New York, and I have a license on the back of my counter from the city of New York that tells me that I could operate here, and I could sell sandwiches, and I could sell pipes, and I could sell 6-packs of beer, and I could sell, CBD seltzers. I don't know how they stop it,
man.
Because it's so, it's so, it's already there.
You have any thoughts on this?
They're the ones that set the trap in the beginning.
It's kind of...
They're the ones who set the trap.
All this fancy New Yorkness.
It sounds gonna be all hunky dory. Nope.
Exactly right.
How many illegal liquor stores are there in New York?
illegal
Too many
liquor stores. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know who.
I mean, at one point, liquor was illegal, and they were being sold in a trap, right?
Yeah, and there's kind of like an agency in New York City that takes care of that, right? There's a liquor agency, and you need to get a license from them. And as long as you get a license from them, it's kind of like cool. A lot of those shops were probably grandfathered in, for heavy regulation.
We're 100 years. We're 100 years away from the repeal of prohibition. So in 100 years, it'll be the same for cannabis.
In 100 years, man.
Yeah, you can go to any. Well, name names. You can go to pretty much any bodega, whether they have a liquor license or not, and just ask them the stuff that they have behind the counter, and guarantee they'll have a little something for you, like whether it's loose.
And it comes from Cali, Rico. It all comes from Cali.
Exactly.
Yeah, right. Whether it's Lucy's or you need a beer,
whatever,
you need a fork or something.
Exactly.
They will have it behind the counter for you.
They're there to get the money. They're there to get the money. They're about it. You have any thoughts on this, Elise?
Yeah, I just don't know how another lawsuit helps more licensed shops get open, and if that's the goal, is they want to get, selling their product or in business. I think all these lawsuits are, again, just not really helping that cause. But I don't know the solution for New York. I kind of love the free-for-all they got going out there. More power to them.
More power to them.
We need them buying a lot of our weed here in California. So.
Fair enough. Fair enough. We have
to buy illegal weed than it is to buy a big gulp in the Big Apple, huh?
Mm-hmm. And we do want to send a big shout out to Anna Lewis. She just did a super chat, and so you know, you guys, Catalyst Van Nuys in the Valley is grand opening is tomorrow. So have a great weekend high at Niners. So shout out to Catalyst and congratulations on the new location and weed for the people.